I'm Sheena Kantar and I help people who want results. You've been putting in the work, but you're not seeing those results. Why is that? Come with me on this journey and let's find out together. I hit rock bottom and I thought it was my responsibility to change the world. But I didn't realise it was my responsibility to change me, and the world would then change for me and other people around me. I studied for so long. I had got myself to masters in business, coaching, but I wasn't getting any further. I was just working harder. So what happened was I went to a networking event and I met a girl who was studying with Bob Proctor. And I went, oh my goodness, I would just absolutely love to do that. And she was, well, this is the material that we have. And of course I knew everything because I'd studied everything and I had the answer for absolutely everything. But what I didn't realise was I had it all intellectually. I didn't have it experientially. And this was what she was explaining to me. Instead of making statements, I can't, I started asking questions. What if I could? Just imagine if. And so slowly but surely I turned the story round. I had a house in my mind. It was 1.8 million. And when I saw this house, I thought, this is my house. And then when I had a conversation with Bob, he said, well, if you do this, 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 and this when you work for us, you could make 1.8 million. And I went, how did you know my number? So every morning I drew out my house. And so all I saw was the sun over the top of the building. I saw the stables over on the left-hand side. I'd even drawn a private jet. And so I drew all that, and I drew the driveway, and I drew 5 cars, and I drew the electric gates. And I would write joy, happiness, peace, love. And then I was invited to go ride a horse. And I was like, oh, I shouldn't really be doing this. So off we went to ride the horse, and I overheard a conversation. And if I hadn't have gone that day when I shouldn't have gone, I would never have heard the conversation and I wouldn't be in this house. So I overheard the conversation that this house was available, and 3 weeks later, we were in the house. But it was about 3 months later that I realised, oh, the sun is exactly where I drew it. Well, there's an airport, there's a private airport not so far away, so there's private jets that literally go past. The stables are exactly where I drew it, and room for 5 cars, there's room for 10 cars, and there's the electric gate. So it was literally about 3 months later that I'd realised I did it. So that is proper manifestation. Here's the thing, you're doing it every day, except you tend to bring the things you don't want because you complain, because you worry, and then you doubt yourself, and then you second guess yourself, and then you get all anxious. And what we learn is to bring you back to centre so that then you can go in whatever direction you want to go. I'm here to guide you through the rubbish, because things will come up and you will want to shrink, and I take you back out again. I go, it's okay, I've been on this journey, this is normal. And when I say that to people, they go, oh, I thought I was going mad. And I went, yeah, so did I. And so thinking into results is not a program, it's a way of life. My clients all have that instilled in them. My clients are absolutely wonderful. I love every single one of them. You can have anything you want, but it takes practice. It's like a muscle. And you may think, well, how long does it take to get results? 6 months. It could take you 2 years. It could take you 10 years. What are you doing for the next 10 years? You may as well do this. Not only do you change your life, but you change the lives of everybody around you. Troubles? What troubles? They were all opportunities to grow. And you either step into them or you shrink. So if people are ready to step into them, I'll take you on that journey. I mean, if you're not, that's okay. But it feels painful here because you think you're in your comfort zone. If you're watching this video, you're not in your comfort zone because you're looking for something and it feels uncomfortable. So it's not comfortable staying there, but it's scary to go to the other side. Tell me what you want and I'll show you how to get it. If you are not where you want to be, then come and have a chat with me and let me take you on this journey. At least start the conversation. So if you're ready, you're willing, and you're able, then book a call with me and we'll discuss what's best for you going forward. Hello, hello, hello. It is so good to have you here. Thank you so much for watching. Woohoo! Another day in the life of Sheena Kantar. So what we're going to talk about today, I'm going to get straight to it, I'm going to be as quick as possible and give you as much information as possible, because I know that you're either watching this live and you can replay it back, or you can watch the replay and watch it as many times as you want. That's it. So what I'm going to share with you today is something that Bob Proctor told me. He said, Sheena, do this before you do anything. So why do we want to do that? Did you know that they did an MRI scan study, and they put somebody in a little MRI scanner, although they're actually quite big MRI scanners, aren't they? And there was a guy over here who was looking at the results of the brain scan. So the guy in the scanner was able to press the button right or left at any time. He could make his mind up. He could decide what button to press. And so he was told, press the button, and then he could choose which button to press. So the guy who was looking at the results, he knew what was going to happen in his brain if he pressed the right button or the left button. And how do we know that? Because your left brain's attached to your right, or you know what I mean? Opposite way round. So he knew what was going to go on in the brain scan. So the results were, the guy who was looking at the results knew what the person in the scanner was going to press 6 seconds before he did it. 6 seconds. Does that not make you think, who's running this show? Who is actually running this show? You see, if you don't decide how to feel before you get somewhere, you're going to end up like being in a lift, and you're going up and down in that lift and everybody else is pressing your buttons. Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel when you go to work that somebody else is just pressing your buttons? Well, what you want to do is you want to get in the lift and you want to press the button first of all, and you want to decide. Listen, lesson 1 in Thinking into Results program with Bob Proctor is mostly about decision, but that lesson is taken through all the other 12 lessons. And so lesson 1 is so key. It can change everything. Everything you do is a decision. Did you know that even your thoughts were decisions? Every single thought you have is a decision. Wow. It's quite harsh, Sheena. It is. It is. So what I want to do is share with you a little presentation, just so that we can literally, it's disappeared off the screen, which is absolutely amazing. No, I've got it back on again. I'd put it to sleep for a little bit. So let me just put this on here for you so you can see it. So here is the man himself, Bob Proctor. And I can't see you at all now, so I can see me now. Great. Here's the man himself, Bob Proctor. So I want you to see me more than him. There you go. We've got all the technical stuff going. So the reason why I started studying with Bob is because I literally had superior knowledge but inferior results. Yeah. Anybody of you out there like that? I knew it all. I'd got all the qualifications. I'd been in all the courses. I'd studied all the gurus. I'd read all the books, but I knew everything, and yet I didn't have results. Now, this man here, let me tell you, him, yes, him. He's the one who takes everything and makes it so simple so that you know what's going on. And when I saw this work, I thought, well, that's just too simple. I know that. But it's in the application of it. I had to absolutely be the person who knew nothing to study this material and take it for every word that he said and embody absolutely everything. And that's one of the key things that I'm going to share with you now. Now, I've asked you to like it, comment, for goodness sake, tell me who you are. I may not be able to see your name now, but tell me who you are. Where are you from? Do you come here often? Like it, share it, so I can give you your free gift, and it's worth over £500. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to, but we're all like a little free gift every now and again. So remember there, just if you're watching the replay or you're watching it live, it doesn't really matter. Just put your name in there. Tell me where you're from, like it, share it, and then we can literally, I can send you that. I can contact you then and give you your free gift. If you don't comment, I won't know who you are. So there you go. It's as simple as that. You either want it or you don't want it. So what is it that we want to tell you about today? The trick to staying in charge no matter what. A little bit more about me. Well, look, there you go. I play polo. That's me. I just thought I'd throw that in there just for the little love of it. I love to be sponsored to play polo. So if you need your company literally sponsored on the polo ground, you want to have a wee chat with me or not, it doesn't really matter. I just thought I'd throw that in there. This is the information that these people here literally. I'm trying to change this. What's happening now? My goodness. It's not working. Can you still see me? I just want to double check that everybody can still see me because I have pressed some buttons here and I'm not quite sure what I did. You see, anybody can do this. Absolutely anybody can do this. So this is Adelera. He literally made his annual salary monthly. This is Bev, and she wanted to be a property developer coming from the NHS, and she, instead of just having one property, she ended up with 6. I think she's now working on 22. This is Brian, who left his corporate job after 20 years, started his own business, and within the first week created his annual salary monthly. And this is Wolfgang, who's working with 60 million dollars investment. So what is it that you would absolutely love to see happen in your life? Where does this information come from? Well, I mentioned before about Bob Proctor, but really it comes from this guy here on the left, Andrew Carnegie. It could be on your right that you're looking at. But these are the people, this is the lineage of this information. I didn't just make it up. And as Bob Proctor says as well, he is borrowing this information. This information is being spoken about for like 2,000 years, but nobody's listening. And we keep thinking it's new thought, it's new thought. It's not new thought at all. It's not new thought at all. This stuff we've been told over and over again, but people made it sound like woo-woo, rather than about the science behind this, the absolute science. But the first thing we want is the trick to staying in control, this trick to staying in charge of ourselves, because order is heaven's first law. And if you're all out there in chaos, reacting to the world, let me tell you, you're not getting what you want. You're literally being taken here, there, and everywhere. You want to be focused. You want to be absolutely focused. So if you want a free call at the end of this as well to have a talk with me, how I can help you get those previous results, book your call. The link's in the description. Do it now. I don't know. Don't even bother waiting. Just do it right now. So I wanted to give you a little bit of an idea, first of all, about this is what Bob Proctor uses. This is the most amazing diagram. You may think it's really simple and everybody just misjudges it that way. This is everything. This is all science put into one, but Bob has made it so simple. And he knows himself that he borrowed this from someone else as well. So what we've got here is our conscious mind at the top, where we think. But would you be surprised to know that that's only 2% of what's going on? Yes, you people who are also intelligent, who've got all the qualifications, busy in your mind, you're just using 2% of what's going on. What you're feeling and your emotions and the vibration of your body. Notice how we put the body quite small, because it is what you're feeling is creating the results. This is how to manifest. I'm showing you this right now. This is it. End of story. So you want to be watching. So 98%, and we don't even know what's going in there because that's your subconscious. And it's telling you through the feeling. It's telling you what it's thinking. But oh no, we're not listening because we're so busy in our 2%. We think we know what's going on. But that affects our actions. And when we take certain actions, then we get a reaction from the universe, an equal and opposite reaction. Now, here's the thing that you want to be thinking of. If you think, I don't need the trick to staying in charge, it doesn't matter about reacting. If you're reacting, that's like the 15% butterfly effect. They've done studies on this. 15% of your reaction creates an 85% backlash. Now imagine that coming back from the universe. That's why you don't even recognize what comes back, because you reacted maybe to a car driver with anger. And then something happens later on in the day and you're like, why are they kicking off? That's your 85% coming back to you. You may not believe it. I mean, you don't have to believe me. Don't believe a word I say. This is my experience. This is what Bob taught me. This is what I learned. This is what I experience. So remember this, your action of 15% will cause an 85% backlash from the universe. Are you ready for that? Are you? Because that's going to be the results in your life. That's going to be your results. Is that good? Do you like your results? Can you see this? How you think is having an effect on your feelings, which is having an effect on your actions, which is creating an effect in the universe. It is law, equal and opposite vibration. It is the vibration. Whatever it is that you send out, you will get back. It is law. There's nothing else. It cannot be any other way. It cannot be. Now, we all get caught up in the content of it, but it's not the content. It's the feeling that it generates in you that is equal. It brought it out in you again, and that's why you get your results. So how do we change this? Because otherwise we're going round and round in circles. We need a new model. We need a new thought. Now, if we don't do a new thought, this is what happens. We get the present results, which cause the thoughts, which cause the feelings, which causes the actions, which gives us the results. We see the results, we react again, cause the thoughts, cause the feelings, and we just go round and round and round in circles. We need a new model. We need a new thought. And you're going to have to be, like I said before, 6 seconds ahead of the game. Now, that's what my clients did before that I showed you. If you want those results, book a call. The link's in the description. Book the call. Remember to like and comment and share to claim your free gift. I'm trying to give you everything here. But perhaps you don't believe it. But that's okay. It's a decision. A yes and no is everything. This is no to staying in the same circle. And this is a yes. Which will change that circle? I mean, it's entirely up to you. We can think yesterday's thoughts over and over and over and over and over again. Or we can choose a new thought today. And by goodness, I'll put a new thought in your head. I do it every time. But it's a no excuses call with me, by the way. This is the time for you to accept 100% responsibility for your results. Now, if you're not getting results, come and have a chat with me and my team. We'll help you do that. Book a call or stay the same. It's entirely up to you. It's a decision. That's all. It's just a decision. You see, what we think and we will get the proof of. That's why when people go, see, I told you so. Or there's something wrong with me, but I've got medical evidence. You will always prove what you're thinking. That's what the 98% is for. She is proving to you what you're thinking every single time. Every single time without fail. Your 98% subconscious is proving to you what you're thinking. And so that's why you end up staying here. If you want something different, you need a new thought. So what is the trick, something that you can do that will literally help you change things around? The thing that you want to do before you do anything. Before I tell you that, remember to like, remember to comment so I can give you your free gift. I can't give you a free gift if I don't know you're watching. Remember to do that. So this is the order of events that we tend to live in our life today. We tend to go physical reaction. We see something, we don't like it, or even we do like it. Both are just as sending you off center. See, there's no good or bad, it's just that you think it is. And that is the hint to what's coming up next. So we get all wrapped up, say it's something we don't like, we get wrapped up in our emotions. Well, those emotions are just habitual. It's never the thing that you think you're angry about that you're angry about. It's never the thing you're reacting to because you already had the vibration, you just didn't know it. You already had the vibration, you just didn't know it. Nothing can come to you that is not in alignment with the tune that you're playing. It cannot happen. It is law. We go through the laws of the universe as well in this program. So, what happens then? Well, we try to think it through with our intellect, with our 2%, remember, trying to figure it out. 2%, which can't see anything, because actually what we're looking at is only 0.001% anyway. So we're trying to figure it all out from that when there's 99.999% that we can't see. But oh no, our intellect knows everything. It has an answer for everything. If you keep solving problems at the level of the problem, you will keep having the problem. Do you want me to repeat that? If you keep solving problems at the level of the problem, you will keep having the problem. That's why my clients rose out of it, so that they could see what the solution, and they could come from the solution, not from the intellect. The answer is not there. So then what do? We go and we pray to God or pray to whoever it is that you want to pray to. Why is nobody helping me? Help me, help me. You know the reason why you're not answered? It's because you don't need any help. Before you will have asked, I will have given. You already have it. You cannot be given that which you already have. Perhaps that confuses you. This is the order we want to go in. What is it? Who am I? How do I want to feel? What do I want? What is it? What's my perception here? Who am I? Am I all possibility? Or am I yesterday's thoughts? Choose. Because if you choose wisely enough, your intellect will be able to make a clear decision. And in that decision, decide your emotions. Your emotions are already intact and the physical results happen. And if you have to take action, you will be in a calm, clear manner. Clarity, order is heaven's first law. Going 3, 2, 1 is chaos. Going 1, 2, 3 is order. Your emotions are creating your world. You think it's your thoughts. You see, I didn't realize that you could come from a positive mental attitude but still come from lack. Wow. I did not know that. But my results were continually showing that. I had to do something to get into that 98%, and that's what we take you through. It's not that you need to learn anymore. You are perfect enough. I mean, you are literally perfect. How can you add anything? How can you try to be better when you already are? You are perfect. You were made perfect. You see, that's the problem with the self-development industry. Personal development, you don't need to be developed. You are perfect. What we need to do is unlearn all the crap. Unlearn it so that you can rise. Somebody asked me yesterday, Sheena, how do I stay on the vibration I want to be on? And I go, you can't, because you're trying. And in that trying says that you're not. So then you're in resistance. And that's lack. And what you resist persists. So you just stay in where you were, going round and round and round in circles, like I showed you before. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. So here's the trick. Remember, like and comment, tell me you're here. I don't know if you're here. If you're shy, then make sure you message me, so I know you're here to give you your free gift. Book a call. The link's in the description. Do it. If you're sick and tired of going 3, 2, 1, and you want to be doing 1, 2, 3, book a call. Do it. So here we go. Here's it all here. Can you see it on the slide? So, perception, reason, imagination, will, memory, intuition. Either take a screenshot or write these down, because this is what you want to be doing. I'm giving away a huge secret here. It's not a secret, but nobody knew how to put them in order. And this is just one lesson out of 12 powerful lessons. Book a call. I'm ready. My team's ready. So, perception. If we think that we are in lack and that things never work out for me, I'm trying to keep this simple here rather than taking it too far out, because we can go even deeper than this, but I'm going to keep this as simple as possible for you. Then we'll reason that things don't work out for me. Well, they never have done. So why should this work out for me? I mean, I'll do it anyway. I mean, I'll take the action, but sure, it's never going to work out. What do you think's going on in your imagination then? Your imagination is thinking about how things, what it would look like if it didn't work out for you. So that's the image you've got in your mind, and that's the vibration you've got in your body. So your will, you end up using it externally, trying to make something happen. If I just work hard enough, if I just work hard enough, I will make it work. Oh my God. I worked so hard. It wasn't even the work I was doing was hard. It was the pressure that was coming from inside of me, pushing, forcing. Listen, you cannot add power to power. If I was to say that in Northern Ireland, you can't add power to power, but I wasn't sure whether you'd understand me or not. You cannot add power to power. But we're making things happen. Now, some people can. But you know, like it's like funny, isn't it, when you go into corporate and you start off with this young person and then you come out this grey person? It's like you've sucked all your energy out. Have you watched The Matrix? Have you watched it? Well, maybe you might want to watch The Matrix, especially the second one. It was good. So memory, we're using yesterday's memories. Like, where is yesterday? Where is 10 years ago? Where is 20 years ago? Where is that thing that happened to you? Like, just show me, where is it now? Where is it? And perhaps you've got the evidence for it on paper, but where is it in your mind? Where is it? Where is the whole scenario that you keep running in your head? Where is it? Is it behind you? Some people go, well, it's behind me. Well, I look behind and I go, well, it's not there. And they go, well, it's in here. And I say, oh, so if I open your brain, then I'm going to find it? And she goes, no. I go, well, where is it? Oh, it's not there. Great. Now we've flatlined you. You can choose a new thought now. But we're not really. We're still going from memory. Oh, this always happens to me. You've got a story going on. It's not your fault. Nobody realized it. I'm telling you now. And your intuition. What intuition? You can't hear that. You've got too much noise going on. Way too much. People tell me that they can hear their intuition. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Your brain is like so chop, 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 chop. You are not hearing it. So let's turn all that around. And this is what this work brings to you, by the way, how to work through these. And like I say, this is just one lesson. Book a call if you want to know more. Book a call if you want the results like we had before. What was it? 60 million investment, doubling, your annual salary monthly, property investor, 6 houses to 22 houses. I've got so many stories. I mean, it depends what you want. It really does depend what you want. So let's change your perception. Everything always works out for me. I mean, we could go higher for those of you who have learned a lot more. You could go human or spirit, ego or spirit, ego or energy. What is the perception of yourself? What is your perception of the situation? But mostly it's got to do with the perception of yourself, the concept of who you are. So if you're the person who thinks, well, everything always works out for me, it always does. So your reasoning will be, everything always works out for me. And so you'll start to reason on all the positive things. What if it works out? Oh my God. So imagine now your imagination. Your imagination will be like, oh my goodness, this, and this could happen. That would be so much fun. Oh my goodness. And imagine your will. Your will is not to do anything outside. Your will is to hold the imagination and the vibration and the feeling and let nothing trip you up. Uncompromising, nothing, nada. No evidence. Somebody wants to bring you, but Sheena, that's a load of rubbish. I'm not interested. That's your world. Stay in it. Not interested. If you want to listen to my world, listen. But if you want to criticize it, not interested at all. We had a post today. I don't normally comment, but I did. And the vibration that came back from that energy was just, can't you feel that? Can't you feel that vibration? I'm not judging, but I felt it. It was a very negative vibration that came back. That is your indicator that you're on the perception of lack. Because an abundant, a love attitude is ease, flow, and joy. Now you may say, well, that's just a load of rubbish. It doesn't happen in this case. Well, you continue to argue for yesterday. Continue to argue, and you will always have it. See, that's why if my clients say something to me and I say, well, I noticed this in your behavior. How's that serving you? Yes, well, and then they will defend it. And I'm going, you do realize you're defending behavior that is not serving you. Be careful what you argue for. See, I argue for love. I argue for abundance. I cannot not be abundance because that's where I came from. So my will is to hold my imagination in play. It does say in the Bible, ask, believe, receive. It doesn't say work your tiny backside off. Ever. It doesn't say that. And never did it say, use this technique, use that technique, use the other technique. It doesn't say anything about techniques. Sit in this position, sit in that position. Do this strategy, do that. It doesn't. The strategy is ask, believe, receive. Before you will have asked, I will have given. What do you think all that means? But do you practice that as you go through the day? Or do you try to get? This will is so important. The getting will get you nothing. Maybe for a short time, but you'll never be satisfied. Book a call. You're recognizing this, aren't you? Like, share, comment so I can give you your free gift. So, memory. You want to create new memories. Create new memories. Stop re-enlisting yesterday. 60,000 thoughts a day. Or is it a second? I think it's a day. 60,000 thoughts a day. And they're all yesterday's and the day before and the day before. In fact, they probably weren't even yours. They were probably just some things you've picked up along the way. And you've got 50,000 cells of recognition that are being changed every single second. And so you want to be putting in new memories, because apparently every 11 months your body's completely changed itself. And then your intuition. Because your left brain is calmed down, it's not in beta waves, bringing it down to alpha, a bit more order, a bit more clarity. Then we can hear. Then we can hear that voice. You know that voice that tells you to pick up your umbrella before you leave the house? And you go, sure, it's not going to rain. And then it rains. That's the voice you want to be listening to. And it doesn't just come in your head. It could come on a piece of paper. It could come me talking. It could come a cloud. It could come in a podcast. It could come in anything. But if you're so busy thinking and already deciding that it's not going to work out for you, then you're going to miss all the signs. So these 6 words are so important. But listen, your world wasn't changed in a masterclass of 40 minutes, 45 minutes long, was it? Book a call so that you can really understand. It's not about knowledge. It's about the application. How do I apply this, Sheena? Well, we've got 11 other lessons to help you apply this. 11 other lessons to help you apply this. Book a call. Perception, reason, imagination, will, memory, intuition. Check your perception before you do anything. Anything. See the result you want before you even step forward. If I was to plant a rose bush now, I would have seen the rose bush in the corner. I could see that it was growing. I thought, I want one there. So I go buy the seed, I plant the seed, and I know it's going to grow. What are you deciding? Because every thought, your imagination is creating. And your communication is creative. So your actions are creative. Even the shaking of a hand, the way, the tone of your voice, everything is creation. Book that call. Book it. I'm here for you. And if I could figure out how this thing works, I literally would. So that's it. That's everything that I've got for you today. Create new memories. There you go. I absolutely love that. Yes, Sally, back to lesson 5. I couldn't see any comments before that, so that's okay. So for those of you who are watching the replay, this is across all channels. It's on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, quite a few things on Facebook. So make sure that if you're watching the replay, still reach out. The links are above. Still reach out. There's only now. So yes, lesson 5 of thinking into results. Every other lesson supports that lesson. I'm going to leave you again with my story, just in case you missed it at the beginning. And make sure that you put your name in when you're watching this replay. Put your name in. Yeah. And that we can literally make sure you get your free gift. And I help people who want results. You've been putting in the work, but you're not seeing those results. Why is that? Come with me on this journey and let's find out together. hit rock bottom. And I thought it was my responsibility to change the world. But I didn't realise it was my responsibility to change me, and the world would then change for me and other people around me. I studied for so long. I had got myself to masters in business, coaching, but I wasn't getting any further. I was just working harder. So what happened was I went to a networking event and I met a girl who was studying with Bob Proctor. And I went, oh my goodness, I would just absolutely love to do that. And she was, well, this is the material that we have. And of course I knew everything because I'd studied everything and I had the answer for absolutely everything. But what I didn't realise was I had it all intellectually. I didn't have it experientially. And this was what she was explaining to me. Instead of making statements, I can't, I started asking questions. What if I could? Just imagine if. And so slowly but surely I turned the story round. I had a house in my mind. It was 1.8 million. And when I saw this house, I thought, this is my house. And then when I had a conversation with Bob, he said, well, if you do this, 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 and this, when you work for us, you could make 1.8 million. And I went, how did you know my number? So every morning I drew out my house, and so all I saw was the sun over the top of the building. I saw the stables over on the left-hand side. I'd even drawn a private jet. And so I drew all that, and I drew the driveway, and I drew 5 cars, and I drew the electric gates. And I would write joy, happiness, peace, love. And then I was invited to go ride a horse. And I was like, oh, I shouldn't really be doing this. So off we went to ride the horse, and I overheard a conversation. And if I hadn't have gone that day when I shouldn't have gone, I would never have heard the conversation and I wouldn't be in this house. So I overheard the conversation that this house was available, and 3 weeks later, we were in the house. But it was about 3 months later that I realised, oh, the sun is exactly where I drew it. Well, there's an airport, there's a private airport not so far away, so there's private jets that literally go past. The stables are exactly where I drew it, and room for 5 cars, there's room for 10 cars, and there's the electric gate. So it was literally about 3 months later that I'd realised I did it. So that is proper manifestation. Here's the thing, you're doing it every day, except you tend to bring the things you don't want because you complain, because you worry, and then you doubt yourself, and then you second guess yourself, and then you get all anxious. And what we learn is to bring you back to centre so that then you can go in whatever direction you want to go. I'm here to guide you through the rubbish, because things will come up and you will want to shrink, and I take you back out again. I go, it's okay, I've been on this journey, this is normal. And when I say that to people, they go, oh, I thought I was going mad. And I went, yeah, so did I. And so thinking into results is not a program, it's a way of life. My clients all have that instilled in them. My clients are absolutely wonderful. I love every single one of them. You can have anything you want, but it takes practice. It's like a muscle. And you may think, well, how long does it take to get results? 6 months. It could take you 2 years. It could take you 10 years. What are you doing for the next 10 years? You may as well do this. Not only do you change your life, but you change the lives of everybody around you. Troubles? What troubles? They were all opportunities to grow. And you either step into them or you shrink. So if people are ready to step into them, I'll take you on that journey. And if you're not, that's okay. But it feels painful here because you think you're in your comfort zone. If you're watching this video, you're not in your comfort zone because you're looking for something and it feels uncomfortable. So it's not comfortable staying there, but it's scary to go to the other side. Tell me what you want and I'll show you how to get it. If you are not where you want to be, then come and have a chat with me and let me take you on this journey. At least start the conversation. So if you're ready, you're willing, and you're able, then book a call with me and we'll discuss what's best for you going forward.